It's not an accident that you're hearing this right now. You've been feeling that quiet ache no one seems to notice, the kind that lives somewhere between your ribs and your heartbeat. It creeps in during the nights that feel longer than they should, when the silence in your room gets too loud to ignore. You've smiled through it, held yourself together, and told people, "I'm fine," even when you were breaking a little inside. But heaven has been listening to every sigh, every hidden tear, every unspoken word. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are seen, even here, even now. There's a verse that was written long before your loneliness ever began. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Hebrews 13:5. You might have heard it before, but today, it's not just a verse. It's a whisper meant for you. Those words aren't about religion or routine. They're about relationship. They are the heartbeat of a God who sits in silence with you, who counts every tear not as weakness, but as proof that your heart still cares. When everyone else drifts away, he leans in closer. You see, loneliness isn't just the absence of people. Sometimes it's being surrounded by others, yet still feeling unseen. It's being in a crowded room and realizing no one really knows what's happening inside you. It's waking up each day, hoping something changes, that the phone rings, that someone asks how you are, and realizing another day has passed quietly. But I need you to understand something sacred. This quiet season is not a punishment. It's a pause, a space where heaven is doing deep, unseen work in you. There's beauty growing in the places you think are empty. Every time you sit alone, wondering if your life matters, God is writing new purpose into your story. Every lonely night you survive is proof that your spirit is stronger than you realize. You keep going, you keep hoping, and even when it feels like your prayers are echoing into a void, they're being carried straight to the heart of the one who made you. I know it hurts, the empty chair, the unanswered message, the memories that replay when the world goes quiet. You've wondered if maybe you're just meant to be alone forever, if maybe something in you pushes people away. But no, that's not the truth. The truth is, you were built for depth in a shallow world. Your heart is wired for connection that doesn't fade when life gets inconvenient. And while others may not always meet you there, God always will. Sometimes He allows the loneliness because it's in the silence that you finally hear His voice. It's in the stillness that your soul becomes aware that there's more to this life than the noise. More than the scrolling and comparing, more than chasing approval that never fills the void. In the lonely moments, He sits beside you, patient, unhurried, whispering, "I'm here." You may not see Him, but you feel it, that sudden peace that comes when you're on the edge of tears. That warmth that passes through your chest when you think you can't handle another day. That's Him. That's His presence, reminding you that you're carried. There's something sacred about the people who endure loneliness. They become gentle, empathetic souls who see others in ways the world often doesn't. Maybe that's part of your calling, to become the comfort you once needed, to be the one who notices when someone's quiet, who reaches out with kindness because you know how it feels to be unseen. Your loneliness won't be wasted. It's shaping you into someone deeper, kinder, stronger than you were before. Sometimes you think you're losing yourself in the quiet, but really, you're finding what's eternal. You're learning that you don't need the crowd to be valuable, that your worth doesn't depend on who stays or leaves. You're learning to stand in the stillness and know you are loved, not for what you do, not for who you impress, but simply because you exist. There are moments when you look around your life and wonder why others seem to move forward while you stand still. They post their happy pictures, their new beginnings, their full tables, and you sit in the hush of your room, scrolling and sighing, whispering, "When will it be my turn?" I hear you, but what if this quiet season is God's way of protecting you? Protecting your heart from settling for less than divine timing. Protecting you from attachments that would have drained your light. Protecting your peace so you can grow roots before the next bloom. Loneliness is often preparation in disguise. Before every calling, there's a season of isolation. Before every new chapter, there's a pause between pages. Even Jesus went into the wilderness not because he was forgotten, but because he was being prepared. That's what's happening to you right now. You're not being ignored, you're being refined. And I know you're tired of being strong. You're tired of saying, "I'm used to it." But you're not meant to just survive the loneliness, you're meant to find God in it. Let this be the place where you stop running from the silence and start listening to what it's trying to teach you. Maybe it's teaching you that peace isn't found in noise, that validation doesn't come from attention, that love starts with learning how to sit with yourself and still feel worthy. Maybe it's teaching you that God's presence isn't always fireworks and miracles. Sometimes it's just a quiet reassurance that you're held. When you wake up tomorrow and that heaviness tries to settle again, pause, breathe, remind yourself, I am not alone. I am not forgotten. I am loved. Speak it out loud if you must. There's power in naming the truth even when you don't feel it yet. Because feelings come and go, but truth stays. And the truth is, you are surrounded by a love that doesn't clock out when you're struggling. You are watched over by the same hands that shape the stars, and those hands have never once let you go. So let today be a beginning, not of pretending to be okay, but of believing that you're going to be okay. You don't have to rush your healing. You don't have to explain your pain. Just keep breathing, keep praying, keep trusting. Heaven is not silent, it's simply working in whispers. Your story isn't over because it feels quiet. Sometimes the most important chapters are the ones written in stillness. And maybe, one day soon, you'll look back on this season and realize that the silence was sacred. It was where you learned to hear the voice of love again. Hold on, even when you don't understand. Stay gentle with yourself. Let your loneliness become the place where light breaks through, because it will, it always does. Sometimes loneliness feels like standing in the middle of a crowd, screaming silently and watching no one turn their head. You start to believe maybe your voice doesn't matter anymore. Maybe you're just meant to exist quietly on the sidelines of everyone else's story. But that's not who you are. And that's not what God sees when He looks at you. When He sees you, He sees someone who's been trying their best despite the emptiness. Someone who's still showing up even with a tired heart. Someone who hasn't given up, even after all the times you felt unseen. That matters. That counts more than you know. You may not feel strong, but it takes strength to keep believing when you don't feel noticed. It takes faith to keep loving when you've been let down. It takes courage to stay soft in a world that keeps leaving bruises. That's what heaven sees. Not your loneliness, but your endurance. Not your tears, but your tenderness. Loneliness often looks like loss on the surface, but it's building something inside you that nothing else could. It's teaching you how to be whole without needing constant approval. It's showing you that peace isn't dependent on people, it's found in presence, the quiet kind that can't be taken from you. Every time you sit in your car after a long day, staring out the window and wondering what your life is even becoming, God sits beside you. Every time you wake up to another silent morning, He's already there. You may not feel Him, but he's in the way. You still have strength to get up. He's in the small grace that keeps your heart beating with hope, even after disappointment. And yes, it's okay to admit you're lonely. That doesn't mean you lack faith, it means you're human. Jesus himself knew what loneliness felt like. He knew the sting of being misunderstood, the ache of waiting, the pain of having friends fall asleep when he needed them most. Loneliness doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means you're walking a path. He understands deeply. There's something sacred about knowing that the creator of the universe isn't just watching your loneliness. He's felt it. He's walked through it. He's cried in it. And that's why he meets you in yours. Not with judgment, but with gentle understanding. You may think your prayers are bouncing off the ceiling, but they're not. They're being caught. Every whispered, "God, I can't do this anymore," lands softly in his hands. And every time you feel like your heart is breaking from emptiness, he's there, gathering every piece, promising you that one day it will make sense why it had to be this way. You see, loneliness can't destroy you because it's the very place where God rebuilds you. It's where he teaches you the language of quiet strength. It's where he shifts your focus from who left to who stayed, and he never left. He's been there through every silence, through every empty chair, through every unanswered call. You might not believe it yet, but there will come a day when this silence won't feel so heavy. You'll start to notice little things again. The sunlight falling gently on your face, the sound of laughter from somewhere nearby, the way your heart feels lighter for no reason at all. That's healing, beginning to whisper through your soul. You'll realize you didn't need everything you lost to become whole. You just needed time, truth, and the presence of the one who never leaves. Slowly, your loneliness will turn into solitude, not emptiness, but peace. The difference is that in loneliness, you feel abandoned. In solitude, you realize you're held. Right now, your heart is craving connection, but God is preparing you for connection that's real, not rushed, not surface level, but soul deep. The kind that doesn't drain you, but restores you. The kind that reminds you love was never meant to be earned, only received. That's why this season feels so empty, because God's clearing the noise to make space for what's true. He's teaching you how to love yourself the way he's always loved you, gently, unconditionally, completely. He's showing you that you don't have to chase after people to feel worthy, that your value doesn't depend on someone's response or attention. There's freedom in that realization, the kind that can only come when the world goes quiet enough for you to finally hear your own heart again. That's what loneliness does. When you let it heal you, it brings you back home to yourself. You might not see it yet, but this quiet is producing something beautiful. It's birthing peace. It's strengthening your patience. It's making you more aware of what truly matters. You'll come out of this season softer, but stronger, more discerning about who deserves your energy, more anchored in who you are. Don't rush this process. Healing has its own pace, and sometimes silence is its favorite language. When you try to fill every quiet space, you miss the lesson waiting inside it. But when you sit still, when you let your soul breathe, you start to hear God in the smallest things, the birds outside your window, the warmth of your coffee, the words that arrive right when you need them. He's there. He's always been there. You're not forgotten, not even for a second. You're simply being reshaped. Let your tears fall if they need to. Tears are just prayers that words can't express. They don't make you weak, they make you real. And there's something powerful about being real before God. It's where healing truly begins. One day, you'll thank Him for this lonely chapter. You'll see how it protected you from what wasn't meant for you. You'll realize that being alone taught you how to never abandon yourself again. You'll look back and see that the silence wasn't empty, it was sacred. But for now, while you're still here, still waiting, still wondering, let grace meet you in the middle. Let hope rise quietly within you, even if it's just a spark, because every fire starts small. And that small light inside you, it's proof you haven't given up. You may not know where your story is going, but you can trust the author. He writes in ways that take time to understand, but his endings are always redemption. So, breathe. You don't need to have all the answers right now. You just need to stay open to healing, open to hope, open to the truth that even in this season, you are deeply loved. If you're listening to this tonight, maybe lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering why it feels like no one cares, know this: you are being cared for in ways you can't yet see. Angels are working in the unseen. Doors are being prepared that you haven't even knocked on yet. The silence is not the end. It's the waiting room for something beautiful. Hold on. The light is coming not in a sudden rush, but in slow, soft rays that touch your heart when you least expect it. You're going to laugh again, love again, feel alive again. It's just not over yet. There will come a day when you'll wake up and realize that the heaviness doesn't live in your chest anymore. The quiet won't feel haunting, it'll feel peaceful. The mornings won't sting with emptiness, they'll hold a stillness that feels sacred. You'll open your eyes and realize that you made it through something that once felt impossible. And you'll whisper to yourself, God was here the whole time. That's where this is leading you to a deeper knowing, not just of God, but of yourself. Loneliness is often where we meet the truest parts of our soul, stripped of noise, stripped of validation, stripped of anything that used to distract us from who we really are. It's the space where the masks fall off and we learn to be okay just being. That's where faith grows, not in the noise of life, but in the silence of surrender. When you look back, you'll see that this was never punishment, it was preparation. The quiet carved out space for what was coming. The emptiness became room for something holy to move in. The waiting taught your heart to listen, to discern, to stay soft. Because when you come out of loneliness, you don't come out bitter, you come out wiser. You start to recognize what love really feels like. You stop chasing what was never meant to stay. You stop settling for half-hearted connections because you've learned to sit in solitude without falling apart. And maybe that's one of God's greatest gifts, that He teaches us to be whole even when we're not surrounded. He teaches us that we are never actually abandoned, even when we feel unseen. Because loneliness can make you think you're unloved, but the truth is, you're being loved in ways your eyes can't yet perceive. Somewhere right now, someone is praying for a heart like yours to walk into their life. Somewhere, an opportunity that matches your soul is being shaped. A door that fits your purpose perfectly is being built. But if God gave it too soon, you'd still be trying to fill the silence instead of carrying peace into it. That's why He's teaching you peace here, so that when new love, new friendship, new purpose comes, you won't lose yourself in it. You'll stay grounded, grateful, and whole. Maybe loneliness isn't the opposite of love. Maybe it's the soil where love finally grows right. Maybe it's not the absence of connection, but the pruning before connection blooms again. Because God prunes what He plans to grow. And what He's doing in you right now is not small, it's eternal. Think of how far you've already come. There were nights you didn't think you'd make it, mornings where the weight of emptiness made you want to disappear. But you're still here. That means hope still breathes inside you. That means heaven still has plans for your life. Sometimes we think the presence of people will fix the pain, but people come and go. What you've been learning is how to find peace that stays even when they don't. You're learning how to carry love inside you instead of constantly chasing it outside of you. That's real freedom, knowing that your peace doesn't depend on circumstances. So tonight, As you listen, I want you to do something gentle. Place your hand over your heart. Feel that rhythm? That's proof of life. Proof that even when you felt forgotten, your heart kept beating. Proof that God never stopped sustaining you. Every heartbeat says, I'm still here. Every breath says, I'm still chosen. You don't have to earn love. You don't have to prove you're worthy of it. You don't have to beg to be seen. You are already seen by the one who created light out of darkness. And he's doing that same miracle in you right now. Slowly, quietly, faithfully. You may not understand the timing, but trust it. The same God who placed the stars in their exact place also knows the exact moment your loneliness will turn into peace. And when it does, you'll realize you were never waiting alone. You were being held in unseen arms the whole time. There's coming a day when you'll walk into a room and realize you're not desperate for attention anymore. You'll love freely without fear. You'll speak gently without bitterness. You'll rest knowing that even if everyone else leaves, you'll never be empty again because the one who fills you never leaves. You'll smile at yourself in the mirror and see strength where you once saw sadness. You'll remember the tears, the prayers, the long nights, and you'll say, I made it, but I didn't make it alone. That realization will be the most beautiful kind of healing, not the one that erases the loneliness, but the one that transforms it into wisdom, compassion, and light. And then you'll become that light for others. You'll start noticing the people sitting quietly at the edges. You'll feel their pain because you've walked through it. You'll smile at strangers who look lost, and your presence will become a reminder that no one is ever truly invisible. That's how God redeems pain. He turns the places you've bled into places you help others heal. Maybe that's what this season was for. Not just to strengthen you, but to soften you. To make your heart large enough to hold others who will one day whisper to you, I feel so alone. And you'll gently reply, I know that feeling, but you're not alone anymore. That's how the kingdom moves, through quiet hearts that have known pain but still choose to love, through people like you who've learned that loneliness can either close you off or open you up to grace. You chose grace, even when it hurt. You kept your heart open. That's strength. And if tonight still feels heavy, let this truth wash over you. Your loneliness is not forever. Seasons change. Hearts heal. Light returns. God finishes what he starts, and he's not done with you yet. Take a deep breath. You've made it through another night, another wave, another moment of wondering if you matter. And you do. You always have. If you could see yourself the way heaven sees you, you'd never doubt it again. You'd see a soul that kept walking even when the road was dark. You'd see resilience stitched into your very being. You'd see a person becoming who they were always meant to be, not defined by loneliness, but refined by it. So rest now. You don't have to hold everything together anymore. Let go of the worry, the comparisons, the ache of what's missing. It's okay to simply exist in this moment and let peace find you. Because peace is coming. Slowly, gently, faithfully, it's finding its way back to you. It's already in the room with you. And maybe, for the first time in a while, you can finally breathe without the ache pressing so hard. You're not behind. You're not forgotten. You're being guided, step by step, through a process that's turning loneliness into light. You're being renewed. You're learning to walk with God, not as a last resort, but as your closest companion. And when you look back one day, you'll realize that loneliness didn't break you. It introduced you to the one who could never leave. It taught you what love really means. It brought you closer to the kind of peace that doesn't depend on anyone else. So don't give up now. Stay present. Keep believing. Keep breathing. Let tonight remind you you are loved in the silence, seen in the shadows, and held even in the hollow places. And if you still need a sign, this is it. That ache you feel, it's not the end, it's the beginning of something sacred. The loneliness you feel is not absence, it's invitation, an opening for God to fill what the world couldn't. You've never been walking alone. You never will. Because the same voice that once whispered, "Let there be light," is still whispering to you right now. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Let that promise be your peace. Let it be the anchor for your soul when nights feel too quiet and days feel too long. Let it carry you until joy finds you again, and it will. You are seen. You are loved. You are never alone.